Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And so I wanted to do this video and put it up for you all. And the reason why I want to do this is that for a while I have been saying something about Malcolm X because, and Brother Dwight can relate to this because my brother, he is a Muslim, but he's the Muslim of um, let's say Islam, worldwide in Islam. All right, and I think he might be Sunni, right? But he don't mess with the nation of Islam like that. So we get to this with Malcolm X, and I want y'all to understand. There is a saying, Spike Lee really did an injustice to Afro people when he did Malcolm X, the movie, or X, right? He did injustice, a lot of injustice. Like when he did the montage, you've been had, you've been took. He never gave the reason behind it and why the people have been had. And that was the speech, the ballot or the bullet, where he said that if any black person voting Democrat is a traitor to their race. He also indicated that the difference between the Democrats and Republicans, he didn't say they were both two sides of the same coin. He said they're both racist. It's just that the Republicans, and this is why it's not two sides, the Republicans are honest about theirs, or used to be. Well, you listen to them talk, they're pretty much honest about it. They want to keep all the benefits that they got off of Afro people's backs, but they don't want to give reparations, or they want us to forget about that history, being made into furniture and stuff like that. But in any case, he said, but the Democrats are sneaky. They'll smile in your face, stab you in your back. And that's what we have going on here. And to really bear this to arms, I made a statement on TikTok, and I said that Trump warned us about what they're doing now. And in a tweet, he said, they are after you. I am just in their way. And that's truthfully what it seems like happened, because he was in their way for 4 years. But look at how bad we started to do, and then look at everything now. This was meant to be a takeover, but he took Hillary Clinton out of it. So what's going on now? We would be in way worse shape had Hillary won. All right. Now, with that said, keep in mind these are the Democrats. And if you see, it's the Democrat and left that's looking to take away people's freedoms. This is why he said, you are a traitor to your race. All right. Now, here's the other problem. Malcolm X had a falling out with Elijah Muhammad, and it was mainly because of hypocrisy. But it was not only because of hypocrisy. It was due to this hypocrisy endangering women, in particular 9 teenage girls. All right, so we're going to get into that, and there's a clip that y'all need to hear, and it's proven what I've been saying about his real anger against Elijah Muhammad. It wasn't the act of getting them girls pregnant, but it was the implications, and it was what happened to the girls. But I said that this was the case, but we were never able to hear it out of his mouth for a while. And what do you know? TikTok, well, they put it up here. All right, so let me greet everybody real quick. Bonjour, bonjour, mes amis, kerabawani konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jambo habarigani, assalamu alaikum, and shalom. Now, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll get back into that at the end of this. All right, so let's get into this. All right. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to his problem, and then I'll break it down. I might not even need to break it. Yeah, for the people in the back row, I might need to break this down. But pay attention to this.
And why did I shift my attack from the black Muslim, Elijah Muhammad and his immoral self, to the Klan? Yes, he's immoral.
Now, here's the thing. The first thing that happens when somebody mentions something about any of their religious figures that they follow, all right, they don't want in America, and this is the problem with Black America, when they decide to follow somebody like Joe Biden, and even those that follow Trump, you got some that follow Candace Owens, when they start speaking BS, they try to defend it because, hey, that's my favorite person I follow. All right? And remember, to the real men, this is why the Most High said we are not supposed to have anyone that rule over us. We're supposed to rule over women, and the Most High is supposed to be our guide. Remember, we didn't need commandments at the time. This is in 1 Samuel, 8th chapter. 1 Samuel 8th chapter, and just start reading at the first verse. We didn't need commandments. The commandments are written in our hearts. For people just trying to live righteously, the commandments are written in our hearts. We don't need fringes or any of that. That stuff was given to people that was mixed in with the Egyptians. That's why the Most High had to write it down on tablets, because it was no longer in the hearts of the many of the people that came out of Egypt. Oh, y'all better go back and look at that. All right. But when we start to call out leadership, speak truth to power, one, it'll get you unalived, assassinated. But two, people have a problem with it. Now, watch, and this is the key right here. And I'm going to let this play. This is the key to show you that his problem wasn't the Elijah Muhammad having children from these women. I'm going to let him tell you what the problem is, or was at the time.
You can't take 9 teenage women and seduce them and give them babies and not tell me you're, and then tell me you're moral. You could do it if you admitted you did it.
You could do it if you admit that you did it. All right, now you're starting to get into the problem. Elijah Muhammad didn't admit before everybody that these are his children. All right, so you have to ask yourself, well, if he did not admit, all right, these are Muslim women. I want y'all to understand something. These are Muslim women. If he did not admit that these are his children, what is the impact on Muslim women who are pregnant with a baby by an unknown father?
And admitted that the babies were yours, I'd shake your hand and call you a man.
You hear that? If he would have admitted the babies were his, he would have shook his hand and called him a man. Now, understand this compliment right here. Now, keep in mind, the spirituality or the religion that we're talking about right now is Islam. And in Islam, like in those that follow scripture with Hebrews, the Israelites, you can have more than one wife. And any clown that tell you you can't, under scripture, is a liar, and the truth ain't in them. Deuteronomy 21:15. It governs how you deal with multiple wives and the children that come from that relationship. All of our patriarchs that created the nation had multiple wives. So you can't say that because the white man said now you can only have one wife, that was what the Most High said, because nobody would have been blessed if that was a sin. There wouldn't have been no Isaac, Jacob, Abraham. I want y'all to understand, Adam or Adam. All right, now pay attention to this compliment.
A good one too.
He said a good one too. Not only would he have been a man, but he would have been a good one too. Let that sink in.
But anytime you seduce teenage girls and make them be charged with adultery.
And there is the key. There is the key. Right there. That's the key right there. Those teenage girls was charged with adultery. Because they had babies. All right, so they were charged as if they were in sin. Why? They had babies but couldn't name the father. So everybody was assuming, oh, the father must be a married man.
Make them hide your crime? Why, you're not even a man, much less a divine man.
All right, you heard? Let's play that again.
And why did I shift my attack from the black Muslim, Elijah Muhammad, and his immoral self, through the Klan? Yes, he's immoral. You can't take 9 teenage women and seduce them and give them babies and not tell me and then tell me you're moral. You could do it if you admitted you did it and admitted that the babies were yours. I'd shake your hand and call you a man. A good one too. But anytime you seduce teenage girls and make them be charged with adultery, make them hide your crime, why, you're not even a man, much less a divine man.
And that is what the problem was. He had those children, not only had them children hang out to dry, but had them girls hang out to dry. Worse yet, those girls ended up on welfare, which is an insult to Islam. That's what the problem is. And I'm going to mention one thing. This was the thing that separated Malcolm X from Dr. Martin Luther King. In other words, he didn't see hypocrisy in Elijah Muhammad making children. Hell, he's the leader of the organization. You would want a seed to follow in that step. You would want a legacy behind that. You see what I mean? You would want him to create legacies. You would want men of that caliber, men of the caliber of a Malcolm X to create legacy. You would want working men to create legacy. Our problem is that a lot of the dudes in the nation deify their leadership. And their leadership become like God, to the point where these people will obey their every word to even assassinating their own out of worship of their leadership instead of worship of the Most High or Allah, and following the Torah or the Islam book. And you know, I know what this thing is. Quran. The surahs in the Quran. All right? They needed to follow the surahs in the Quran, but no. They follow the man and deify the man the same way they deify Coochie. All right, think about that. So, we get into this. This is what separated Malcolm X. He knew He knew who he was talking about. But honor would not let him stay silent in this. And having someone, you know, he kind of like looked up to, who trained him, to see that dude become corrupt, and that's who you got to speak out against, that takes more guts than most people have now that's still following that stuff, and they're going to come and try to combat this man's words because they're in love with their leadership and not with righteousness. All right, so with that said, I'm out. But don't forget my donation links if you like what I'm doing for the community and the children and communities that I'm helping, the melanated people in the diaspora. My Cash App and my PayPal me will be in the description box, along with the research that I've done on what's really going on with that so-called black community. Okay, and don't forget, like, share, subscribe, but share so that other people can subscribe to this channel. All right, and with that said, I'm out.